Good morning, online aspirants. I hope I'm audible to all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Guys, I've already made a request in the last class that now we are in sociology dealing with social thinkers. Try not to miss any of the classes. And if you're offline aspirants, try to come offline. And if you're online, do come online. See, there's a difference between taking recorded lectures and also being present in the class. Because in the class, I can see that if you people have any doubts and if I have to explain a little more, okay? Whereas in recorded lecture, it is humanly impossible for you to write each and every doubts, okay? So if you have paid for any mode, respect to that mode, because that is showing your decision and how you are implementing on that, okay? So today we are now going to start Karl Marx, okay? And I'm repeating myself, and I really wish not to repeat this further, that this is something basics. Basics of social thinkers. We are going to read about these thinkers again exclusively. All right? Is this fine? So in the previous class, did I explain what is the intention of social thinkers to study about society? Is this clear to everyone? Yeah? Online aspirants?
Yes, ma'am.
Please make sure so that we can have a continuation. Online aspirants, quickly respond to me. Are you all aware of the fact that why sociologists are making theories and what they actually, contemplates by their theories? What their basic fundamentals? As I have told in the beginning only, that the fundamentals of all sociologists, social philosophers, or political theorists basically is to bring some sort of, you can say, stability in society, some sort of rules and regulation. It wanted, I would say that all theories struggles to to propound some sort of explanation in order to have, you can say, peaceful coexistence. Okay, so in order to bring that understanding, what these sociologists study, these sociologists studies different aspects of social lives. It can be any elements. It can be from macro sociology, it can be from micro sociology. Some can reflect on economical issues, whereas there would be some sociologists who would be reflecting on political issues. And apart from that, there will be some sociologists who would be only understanding social lives through marriage, and you can say by having deep analysis of intimate relationships. But the fundamentals of all sociologists is to bring what? Is to bring some sort of understanding so that we can see that how humans have created society and how we can take it to the next level. Is this clear now? We humans are not actually, looking for wars. We are social animals. Social animals means that we have evolved in a manner where we cannot even live without having any groups. So if we have evolved in such a manner that we are living in a group, and we have to live in a group, if we don't live in group or we live in isolation, then what happens? Then we are lacking some social traits, and then we are lacking those traits by which we can call ourselves as humans socially. Because we are animals, right? We belong to kingdom of animals. So in this respect, all sociologists is trying to make sense of our social lives, of our society, cultures, values. And then they understand that there is universalities in all societies, in all 7 continents of the world. We will find different type of economical, social, political, marriage institutions all over the world that may differ. But the whole purpose of all those institutions are same. That is why we have a famous phrase which we start learning from class 6. That is unity and diversity. Unity and diversity is something, it's not related only in Indian context. It should be related to entire world. Okay? So now in today's lecture, we are going to have a discussion on Karl Marx. So there are a lot of debates about Karl Marx that we are going to read in an advanced level. Right now, we just going to have some glimpses of Karl Marx. Okay? So Karl Marx was born in 1818 and 1883 in Germany. Okay, in a place called Trier. He was, keep writing all these points, guys. Please make your corner note making, and whatsoever I'm saying, try to write that. And you can only take notes if you are able to make flow charts. Because when I'm speaking, I will be speaking in some sort of speed. So Karl Marx was an economist. He was a political theorist. He was a sociologist. All right. So you can say that, keep writing. So he was a German philosopher, political theorist, sociologist, economics, philosopher. But Karl Marx is known to us for his impactful pulse, that is capitalism and socialism. So you can say that Karl Marx is best known to us for his ideas about capitalism and socialism. His works and ideas have had a profound impact on sociology and social sciences. So this is another point you should write, that his ideas have had a profound impact not only in sociology, or you can say any subject, but in entire social sciences. Now the matter of discussion should be on key concepts. Today we are going to explore some of the key ideas and concepts of Karl Marx, such as capitalism, socialism, alienation, mode of production, class struggle, and also to see how relevant Karl Marx ideas is for us to understand modern society. It is often claimed that Karl Marx ideas was related with Soviet Union. Do we have Soviet Union now? Collapsed. So does it making any sense for us to study Karl Marx even today? Yes, it is. And we are going to talk about that later on, how, in detail. Okay? So what is capitalism? You should know. How you should take best out of all the notes from all the lectures. How you can do that? You can do that if you know little tricks. For example, the moment I said capitalism, you should write something on capitalism. So what is capitalism? It's a modern mode of production, right? So it's you can say it's a mode of production owned by private capitalists. What is private spelling? E? Yeah. So private capitalists. And here, means of production owned by, you can say, whole community or government. Do you know any examples to support above discussion, above definitions? Do you know any capitalist society or capitalist? So do you think that US is capitalist society? Is it completely owned by, you can say, a capitalist? Or so for that regard, India is not capitalist society. But in US, you believe that it's totally trade-off capitalist society, right? That's what we understand. All right. So do you know any socialist society? No. China is not socialist. No, it's not socialist. It's communist. And it is one way. It's rather dictator, you can say. There is one, see, we cannot have entire traits of capitalism in any country. We cannot call even US as hardcore capitalist society. Same we cannot say for China or for any other country. That is some sort of extremities. So whensoever UPSC did ask you questions in prelims or in mains, try to avoid such extremities in your answers. It is not possible to have entire or any community to be known as capitalist society in today's world. That is something you need to learn as as something you can say of your original ideas. For example, in Israel, we have a community called kibbutz. It's a community which got emerged in 20th century on socialist principles. So here this community is owned collectively and all the responsibilities, are shared, you can say, collectively. Okay. So how you people should take best of class notes, the points, the moment if I am using some concept notes, for example, I use capitalism or socialism, you should think, you should start, analyzing in your own, in your own self. Have that constant engagement in class, because if you're going to learn this, this constant engagement with self and with your teacher, not with the students who are sitting in the class. When you're entering into the class, you should not know who is sitting right and left. You should know what your teacher is saying and how you can develop a critical engagement in your thought process only. Okay? So here we have discussed another point. What? I have told you that no country can fully be socialist or capitalist. So this is one idea. You should reflect that in your notes. Okay? Now let's have a discussion on a great man called Karl Marx. So this man was born in Germany and the place is Trier. So in some books, it is written that he was born in a middle class family, whereas some say that no, he was born in prosperous family. But when he got involved into radical thoughts, what is radical thoughts? Where you want immediate change, right? So radical means I am witnessing a problem. I do not want to engage in dialogues. Rather, I want immediate solutions. Okay? So, please write down these points. He was born in Trier in Germany. Some book says, some says middle class family, prosperous family. It's not a matter of our discussion. But yes, Karl Marx in his lifetime had to experience abject poverty. This is for sure. He studied in various universities like universities of Bonn and Berlin. He moved to Paris. He was already highly influenced by the writings of Hegel. So George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel. When he moved to Paris, he joined a group called Young Hegelians. And that was the beginning of highly influential political ideology, which we as a world had witnessed. From there, his interest ideas started revolving around economical inequalities. And he started looking for solution to such major economical problems. Now, we all know that 18th, 19th century was a shift in our society. What kind of a shift? Yes, so production from small scale industries to large scale industries. What Marx observed that 19th century was inherently dominated by capitalist mode of production. And that is something which was bringing economical inequalities in societies. Keep writing this point, Ashil. I hope you people are aware of your new timetable. From 15th of June, our classes is going to be like, for 2 hours, right? It's not going to be for 2.5 or 3 hours. We have decided that no, we are going to have for the 2 hours so that the productivity and maximization can have. Then there you people have to become very, as I said, mechanical. You need to write very fast, okay? So as I have said, I hope you people have written this point. So there was a shift from a small scale industries to the large scale industries. Marx observed that capitalist mode of production is something which is being dominated in Europeans at large, and that is bringing economical inequalities. Have you written these points? So Marx has has this understanding that capitalism is definitely inherently unequal system. Here he analyzes this mode of production by the basic ideas. Take out the pen out of your mouth, Ashutosh. Okay, so here he thought that how this economical system is unequal. He analyzes this system through two classes. He said that capitalism is inherently exploitative system. In this exploitative system, we have two classes. One is owned by capitalist, who is the owner of means of production, and then we have workers who for some wages sells its wage to this owner. So he is like workers, right? And he does not own any means of production but sells his labor. What is the problem here? There's good relationship. One is like owner, right? And someone is providing wages. Fair enough. What's the problem in it? Tell me, what is the problem in it? This is something very basic. You all people are graduate here. You can say low wages. Okay, I'll take this. You are saying low wages. Okay, so I'll take low wages and let's have little discussion. But yes, I want to have all this discussion in my classes too. So you think that it's a low wages, definitely. But why you think it's low wage? The reason you should know, you are saying that they were getting low wages. So low wages according to what? According to online aspirants, Ashna, Deepak Tiwari, Shelly, Suman. Low wages were being given by capitalists to the workers. So what is an issue in this? Probably when he was hired or when any workers get hired, they say that, you are going to get for 18 hours, 20 rupees per day. And workers must have agreed on that. And then they must have joined. Then what is the problem? Low wages is not sufficient for the livelihood. Okay, I'll take this, but what is the immediate problem? You are saying that low wages is insufficient. So if it is insufficient, then the workers can move anywhere else where he can get a lot of money. But what is the major issues here? Please think. Guys, I'm not going to teach like this where you would be thinking that I would be telling you everything. You need to contemplate, you need to think. This is something common sense. Aditya, why low wage is a problem? अच्छा, मैं एक बात क्लियर कर दूं, जब हम मेंस सिलेबस में डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है, और कार्ल मार्क्स और ये जब थिंकर्स वाले पार्ट में आएंगे, आप लोग स्टडी करके आओगे, और अगर आप लोग मेरे बेसिक्स आंसर नहीं याद बता पाओगे, मैं क्लास से बाहर कर दूंगी. आप मैनेजमेंट से जाओ, रिफंड के लिए बोलो, जो करना है करो. इट्स वेरी बेसिक क्वेश्चन आई एम आस्किंग. अंशिल, व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम इन हैविंग लो वेज? You are saying कि livelihood support नहीं कर पा रहे, but okay, let me frame another question, another way. Why you are saying that it is a low wage? चलो, another question. Why it is a low wage? Sufficient extra. Okay. हाँ? Okay, anyone else, please think. Okay, I will not proceed until unless you will not try to think. I'm framing again my question. So, okay, fine. I'll take this point. Rich is getting richer. So, rich is getting richer how? That is the word. Very good. Excellent. That is the word. He was saying, Karl Marx was saying, in this relationship, what was the problem? The problem was this capitalist world getting profit. A profit which is much. It is beyond what labor is producing and getting money out of it. For example, as a labor, if I'm working in a company, right? Because you people expect me to work like a machine, and this is what happens. When a worker is working, what is happening? What is happening? Now I am supposed to work, let's just say 8 till 5. Today we have 8 hours shift. Earlier it was 16 hours shift. And there I'm just allowed to work and work and work. And not very creative work. If I am working in the production of shorts company, my role is to, you can say, just to add sleeves in the shirt or the collars. What I am doing, just like machine, I am adding just collars to some piece of cloth. This is what my work. Now I am being expected that in this shift of my hours, I have to produce or to, I have to sew this collars approximately for like you can say एक दिन में हम कितना बना सकते हैं 500 or 20 50 whatsoever. So this is what is being expected on daily basis from my labor by capitalist. In this process, this shirt cost to him, let's just say 30 rupees. So because he is using his infrastructure, he's using his machineries, he has to pay for the money, electricity bill and everything. He has to bring salaries to the workers. So after doing all that, let's just say we have produced 500 shirts. His employees have produced 500 shirts. And now he's selling those 500 shirts in 5,000 rupees. And the kind of profit he's making is beyond our imagination. And what capitalist is doing, now he's earning profit and now he's investing and investing and investing. This is what generally happening. That is why we have a Walmart issue in USA, in so-called capitalist society. Are you all aware of Walmart issues? Are you all aware of Google issues? So there was a female employee who raised her concern that in Google there is a gender discrimination. You know that? Very good. Huh? That's good. कब पढ़ा था? बहुत पहले कब पढ़ा था? Roughly idea बताओ. So good, but तुमको knowledge है इसकी. This is what you people have to do when you are reading newspapers. And when you are reading such multinational companies' labor issues, you need to relate this with Marxism, Marxist sociology. Because as I said, that you are not going to get marks for, you can say that, repeated content. You're going to get marks only for your ability to correlate with economical issues going on. Body 1 is supposed to give basics. Body 2 is for your creativity. The moment you are writing about Walmart issue, Google gender issues, you are going to fetch highest marks only for those examples. That is what we need to do in our journey of completing sociology. So the reason was, let's come back to Karl Marx. The reason was not capitalist mode of production. Give me a break for this. Not many aspirants tell me this, that he was against capitalism. No, he wasn't. He was not completely against capitalism. He was against the idea of distribution of unequal or unequal profit. So what actually exploitation leads to? Exploitation leads to alienation. First of all, workers get alienated by the products he is making. He doesn't know, he doesn't have any control over this. He is also alienated by his co-workers. You work in any company, you work anywhere. apart from universities and colleges, big colleges and universities, and I'm saying government colleges and universities in teaching profession, you may have some colleagues, friends. Apart from that, if you're working in MNCs, the first thing they want that they should not be talking, they should not be friends. You can talk after your class, after your shift hours. Whereas when you work in in university and colleges, you have such a ideological differences with another teachers or professor. You don't meant to make lot many friends anywhere in your professional thing. But that is something by choice. That is why big rational thinkers, they become professors or teachers, because there you have an autonomy, right? Anyway, so what we have to understand that in this process, workers get alienated by workers' products which he is himself making, by the co-workers, by his social lives, and by his own potential. Now I am relating here another philosophy. Okay, this is what in this process we need to do. Okay, is there anyone who is getting uncomfortable with this? Online aspirants? By comparison of work which we have got, compare our work. Okay, Deepak. Now, what is success mean? This can be helpful to us for us to essays, because soon I'm going to start essays. The moment I'll complete basics of thinkers, I'm going to bring essay writing, answer writing, and all that. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. So essay and ethics. What do you mean? What is success? Who is successful? Okay, what is love? Whom you should choose as your partner? Supports in what? Yeah? Not very funny, but tell me something. Okay, in your career or in your, what you were saying, but what Karl Marx is saying, what Swami Vivekananda is saying, you must have read Swami Vivekananda, that he says, and it is very famous in your history work. Swami Vivekananda says that, what he says, does anyone know? He says that we as humans have to discard any sort of weakness. For Swami Vivekananda, weakness is a sin. That weakness can be economically, can be mentally, can be spiritually. It is deriving out of all desires. Please write down this, otherwise you'll not be able to quote Karl Marx in your essays. You would only be thinking that he is talking about political ideas, communalism, capitalism, socialism, but he was a philosopher. Right? So Karl Marx was saying what? He was saying that this capitalist system is not at all good for entire humanity, because it is creating alienation. And as I said, that Swami Vivekananda also said that how weakness is a sin. And it is a duty. This is being said by Swami Vivekananda, that it is a duty of all humans to reach to their highest potential. Now can you see where I have correlate? And why only Swami Vivekananda? You can have our favorite Gandhiji, Buddha, Socrates, Jaina, and quote any thinker. Karl Marx is simply saying this capitalism is making me non-potential. For example, as an individual, my ability is to bring a massive change in society. I can probably become a good leader, right? And now, if I do not have economical freedom, if I am being forced to work from 8 till 8, then my all potentialities or my creativity will be challenged. Now, here potential, how this we get our potential, gets low because our creativity got less. Why I chose to become a teacher, or if you are a teacher, right? That's what I would say, that once you become a bureaucrat, complete your PhDs, definitely from good universities, because if you people can become a bureaucrat, you can do your PhDs or masters, from esteemed universities like Harvard, Oxford. Bureaucrats has this leverage. You become a teacher after that. Take any profession, but you be a teacher, right? So he was saying that our potentialness or our ability, our creativity is going to ruin if I'm working like a machine. Is this now clear to everyone? Capitalism have brought a major solution for our survival. Now we do not have to die out of unavailability of food or basic resources. But what is now happening? Yeah. Now survival is become more issues because concentration of wealth got concentrated into few hands. This is a major, you can say, debate of Marxism. Please do write down all this point. So if I am being alienated from my own sense of creativity and potential, why do I have to work over there? And this is what actually Swami Vivekananda is saying when he is saying that all type of weakness is sin. So when I was asking what is love, Aditya was laughing on this. You should choose your partner, someone who can make you alive by showing your strength in you. And the only strength which I know that is, and especially I'm saying for to females, that your ability to earn money. Your money is only your money. Your partner money is not your partner's money. This is a very famous line by some Acharya ji. He says like that. I really like his videos. But this is what you have to understand. It's a trading happening everywhere. You have that dominance. When you earn more, when you have a control, then you have a dominance. कि आज घर में सिर्फ चिकन बनेगा और तुम्हारी मम्मी भी वही खाएंगी और मैं नहीं बनाऊंगी, तुम बनाओगी. This is what actually Karl Marx के ऊपर जेंडर पर्सपेक्टिव पे क्वेश्चन भी आया है यूपीएससी में. जब हम डिस्कस करेंगे PYQ, they have asked this question, feminization of labor according to Karl Marx. Something like that. I'm forgetting the question. Okay. So now you can say, please write down few points. Marx argued that interest. Okay, did you make class struggle point? This point. This point, right? From here you should write on. Okay. After alienation point also. Now, today I'm going to, now I'll start train all of you to write analysis of the class summary. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to make the summary in our 2 hours class. Okay, so when I am going to complete one set of ideas or some set of ideas or concepts, then I would expect all of you, online and offline aspirants, to write in your own words. That will train you to articulate your own ideas. You may, in starting, find really difficulties to express your ideas in your own words. You will be like, kya likhe? But theek hai, after 4 hours or some 4 months or so, आपको एक बहुत अच्छी ट्रेनिंग मिल चुकी होगी, and you will see drastic differences in your answer writing immediately after 15 or 20 classes. Okay, so today onwards I'll start that. I'm giving you some dictation, some points. Quickly write down. Marx argued that the interest Marx argued that the interest of these two classes Marx argued that the interest of these two classes were fundamentally opposed and the struggle between them was the driving force behind social change. Okay? Next point. Marx believed we're going to have a discussion on this point. Marx believed capitalism was inherently unstable and that it would eventually be replaced by a socialist society in which the means of production would be owned collectively. Now here we are going to have a discussion. So for Karl Marx, capitalism was unstable. And he said that capitalism in a process going to vanish one day, and how it is going to vanish or is going to collapse soon by revolution led by workers. So what was the main idea behind this revolution? This is conflict, class conflict. So Karl Marx was simply saying that such unequal system cannot stand for a longer period of time. So what is happening? There is a thesis and antithesis. Historical materialism, he is talking about dialectical materialism. He says that in every society, this goes. Let me just put in very easy language. He says that what is happening, that it spoke about this explanation is dialectic materialism. As I said, that this is just a basics of Karl Marx. Okay. That's why you are not, I'm just going to read in this manner. That's why you're not going to understand completely, but I'm just trying to show that what he has meant by thesis and antithesis. He says that in every society, what happens is there are two forces. Okay? So always there are two forces. These two forces will have clash of interest. Here we have capitalist in 19th century, and then we do have another forces led by workers, and they will always going to have contradiction. he will have, so capitalist will have his own sets of ideas in order to have production, and you can say they send their own ideas of being successful, has their own set of ideologies. So for capitalism, or for capitalist, what is the whole sole goal? Is to make profits. So for them, what matter is profit. We do not care. We are paying you enough money according to capitalists so that you can survive. Now the workers has an issue because of alienation, low wage, not many social issues, survival issues, you can say. Now, when there will be a conflict, clash of interest, what will happen? You will see that this is going to bring a social change. Okay? Write down this point now. Marx argued that the interest of these two classes were fundamentally opposed. ये दूसरा पॉइंट है, अलग तरीके से लिखवा रही हूँ. अगेन सोशल चेंज लिख दिया है, पूरा पॉइंट सोशल चेंज. ओके, फिर नेक्स्ट पॉइंट लिखिए उसी में. मार्क्स बिलीव्ड दैट कैपिटलिज्म वाज इनहेरेंटली स्टेबल. दोनों पॉइंट्स लिख लिया. ओके, ये वाला पॉइंट दैट फॉर fundamentally opposed and that the struggle between them was the driving force behind social change. Okay, and then the means of production would be owned collectively. All right, now write down next point. So now he says that when there is a conflict, there will be a social change. Okay, we are going to have detailed discussion what is mean by thesis, what is mean by antithesis, what is synthesis, that we are going to discuss later on when we are going to start our syllabus. Here now what Karl Marx is saying, that when there is a social change, then you can say that some sort of synthesis will happen. So there was a problem with capitalist mode of production and the workers. Now we will have some sort of production or some sort of economical system which will have synthesis of both. So now the ideologies or interest of capitalists would also be there and the interest of workers will also be there, and then we are going to have that type of economical system, and which is very true. Nowadays we do have factories, right? We do have multinational corporation companies. Now we do have some interest of capitalists also. We do have some interest of workers also. That's why we have labor laws, right? Now there's a synthesis. What is synthesis? Mixing of two ideas. And this ideas was being referred as socialist societies or system by Karl Marx. Write down. So this new social change as predicted by Karl Marx was socialist or socialism. Do write down this point. Okay, so in this socialist society, alienation and exploitation would be eliminated, comma. Okay. Would be eliminated, comma. People would create just and equitable society. People would create just and equitable society. Okay. So we can say that, write down, Marx's ideas have had a huge impact on sociology. Marx's ideas have had a huge impact on sociology. His emphasis is on the importance of social classes and economical system such as capitalist, have led to the development of Marxist sociology, have led to the development of Marxist sociology, comma, which seeks to understand society, through the lens of class struggle and economic inequality. Okay. So now you think that these ideas are basic, some of the ideas of Karl Marx. Now tell me that Karl Marx ideas can be helpful for us in how many ways for our UPSC journey? Writings of in mains. For entire UPSC, I'm saying, I always say that once you take sociology, it is overlapping with your entire UPSC. If I'm just talking about, okay, directive principle of state policies. So for example, politics, right? So you can say that the ideas of Karl Marx will be really insightful for us to understand politics. And we can have lot many subtopics like political movements. To understand protests, agitations and all, to have policies. And then because Karl Marx is talking about inequalities, so definitely with topics such as, you can say, discrimination. Yeah, keep telling me points. Discrimination, exploitation, you can say policies, reservations, all these points, social segregation, social exclusion, gender issue. Then we do also study about economical inequalities. You will see that in GS paper 2, you have certain questions which definitely going to ask that how it is going to have impact on vulnerable sections of our society or different sections of society. You can use Karl Marx's perspective, Marxist perspective everywhere, economical too, also in your ethics paper 4, right? and definitely in essay. And when you're talking about Marxism, definitely you can have a very comprehensive intellectual debate, or you can give very cohesive answers, right? Crispy answer, coherent answer in your personality test. So it will be foolish for us if we think Karl Marx with reference to our syllabus. This is not my approach. I'm not going to teach you Karl Marx, class struggle, alienation, mode of production, done. We're not going to do that. Basic understanding will be there, but then we need to have a lot of discussions to have original ideas. Is this now clear? Okay, now please write down summary of this class for 4 minutes in your own words, and any day I can check any one copy or notes. As I have said, that you need to think that yes, you are in a school, because if you will not work like this, I do not think so that your sociology will be done, because I believe that UPSC aspirants have lot many subjects and lot of clouds in their own head. So I am very particular about my subject. So you people please keep writing your summaries from now onwards. And if any day I'll find that आपने वो summary नहीं लिखा है, again आपको मैं class से बाहर कर ही दूंगी, and then you keep asking for whatsoever to the management. So I need to bring a change to this industry. Yeah, Marxist ideas, got influenced by Marxist ideas. The teacher is a teacher wheresoever he is teaching, right? And I am teaching to the best mind. I have already said, UPSC aspirants, you need to take that responsibility from the beginning. Being UPSC teacher, or UPSC aspirants ko padhane ke liye, I'll also have to be that strict. So write down that. It will definitely going to help you in your answer writing. Keep writing, all students, online aspirants as well. I'm giving you 2 minutes quickly, and then I want any of you to tell that what you have summarized. I'll ask Anshul. You can use flow chart in that explanation. Okay, anything you can do in 2 or 3 lines, you need to explain entire Karl Marx theory of this class. What you have been taught that you should write. Yes, Anshul. What do you have written? Say.
Born in Germany and inspired by evil due to abject poverty, he said that there were two.
No, we are not going to write like this. When I'm saying the summary of today's class, you need to write central theme. So these are the introductory lines which we are not supposed to write in the summary. You would say that Karl Marx have spoke about capitalism. He said that this capitalism is bringing inequalities between two classes, that is workers, and that is something exploitative. It is not going to be beneficial for entire communities in that society, and this has to be changed. And it's a clash of interest between two. So central theme is that. And so no, when you have to write about the summary, that you have to write only, that you have to write in the central theme. So when I spoke for 1 hour, definitely I spoke about the introduction too, but that is not something that should be there in your head. Because he was from Germany, was from which place, it's not something required. That is facts. But what should be there in your head, it's about the central theme, the central class. So today's class was on Marxism, and it is something that Marxist sociology. So you should have spoke about, or you all should have written about Marxist sociology, about inequalities, how it is important for us to understand society. So Karl Marx, analyzed society from economical point of view. That is going to be your original idea. He's saying that society gets changed when the economical system gets changed. And economical system is owned by two classes. That's it. Okay? This is how you people have to write summary. As I have said, it's a process. You people are going to learn about this. Okay? We are not going to write about introduction like this. Central theme. All right. So tomorrow also we are going to have a discussion on Karl Marx only. For the next 2 days, we are going to have discussion on Karl Marx. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.